Hey guys, Chris here from Taylor's Pools and Spas. Today we're going to be talking about something really important in your spa pool, which is cleaning the filters or the cartridges in the pool. So it's really important to keep these clean to make sure that the water is clean and safe to use. Now, cleaning our cartridges, there's all different shapes and sizes. Some spa pools have 1, 2, 3, even up to 4 or 5 cartridges in there. And the cartridges come in all different shapes and sizes. Some screw in, some push in, all different shapes and sizes. But it's really important to keep these clean. So we recommend to take these out once a week and hose them down. And then once a month, take them out, hose them down, but then clean them in some cartridge cleaning solution. And as a guide, we're using about 150 mils to a 10 litre bucket, soaking them overnight, pulling them out, hosing them back down again, and then chucking them back in. So in regards to this particular spa, these cartridges, there's 2 of them, and these are screwed in, so we're just gonna screw them out to get them out. One. 2. Now, it's really important to make sure that your spa is turned off when you take these out. Some spas let you turn the spa off on the touchpad, but if in doubt and you're not too sure, just turn the power off at the power point, and then once you've put the cartridges back in, obviously turn the power back on and make sure that the temperature and everything like that's all good to go. Right, time to clean our cartridges. So turn our hose on, try and use a pressure nozzle, don't use a water blaster. Turn it on. Starting from the top down. Cleaning through. And what it's doing is it's pulling out all the grit and grime out of these cartridges. If I just turn that off, be able to see inside the pleats that it's getting a lot cleaner inside there. So as we're going through, we're trying to clean inside these pleats. So we'll carry on. Going the whole way through. Once we've gone around a couple of times, then we know that she's pretty well clean. Righto, now that our cartridges are nice and clean, it's time to put them back in. So what we like to do is grab your cartridge, put it in the filter area or even in the spa, and just give it a bit of a twirl. That just gets rid of the air out of the line. It just means that the system starts to run a little bit nicer. So first cartridge in. Second cartridge in. Now remember, if it's threaded, don't force it too far. It only needs to be hand tight. Once that's done, time to turn your spa back on and you're good to go. Thanks for your time, everybody. And again, if you've got any questions or want to get in hold of us, give us a call on 06 835 3065 or email us at office@taylorspools.co.nz. Thanks and have a great day. Hey guys, Chris here from Taylor's Pools and Spas again. Today we want to go over how to clean your pump basket. Just going over, it's really important to make sure that basket is kept clean so that everything runs properly and also doesn't put any extra pressure inside our pump. So it's really easy to do. So let's get into it. First of all, we make sure that we've turned our system off. Obviously we can't have our system on when we're trying to clean out this basket. So we've turned our system off. In this particular instance, this has got a locking ring on top of it. There's different styles. Some have got like a little nut that they have to undo from the top. the whole lid screws off. This one here, you've got a locking ring, so locking ring comes off. Pop that off. There's a little O-ring on most of these, so sometimes it is good just to keep these O-rings lubricated as well. And then we take out our basket. Now we've got a basket out, just like with our skimmer baskets. Get rid of all the big stuff, chuck it in the bin, and it's time to give this a good hose out. Right guys, now that we've cleaned out and hosed down our basket, it's time to put the basket back in again. Just remember, some baskets have got holes at the front of them, which means that they need to be in line with the front of the plumbing there. So this one has that. So all we're going to do is pop our basket in, making sure that it's in line, pop our lid back on, put our locking ring on, nice and tight, doesn't have to be too tight, just done up to hand tight. Then it's time to turn our system back on and get the system back primed up. Right guys, time to turn our system back on. Right, let's give it a go. So what's happening is we're turning our pump on. What's going to happen is it's going to take a little while for the water to actually start priming up through. Sometimes people can have issues and you might need to put a bucket of water or a couple of bucket of waters in here just to help it get primed up. But you can hear the difference in the noise. It started up a bit slowly and now it's really starting to truckle through. So that system's now back up and running. So we're all done. Right, for any other questions, give us a call on 06 835 3065. Flick us an email, office@taylorspools.co.nz, or check out the web, www.taylorspoolsandspas.co.nz. Have a good one. Hey guys, Chris here from Taylor's Pools and Spas. Just doing another video today in regards to what level we want to have our water level at in the pool, as well as how to clean out our skimmer basket. So the importance of making sure that your skimmer basket is nice and clean is to make sure that you're collecting up all the debris out of the pool, and secondly to make sure that your pump is working good as gold. And also in regards to keeping your water level right, it means that the skimming action is going to be working really well as making sure that we don't run out of water as well. So firstly, the water level in the pool. There's all sorts of different styles of skimmer boxes, but as a guide we want our water level to be around about 2/3 to 3/4 of the way up the entrance of our skimmer box. So in this particular instance with our pool here, we've got it sitting around about 2/3 of the way up, which is perfect for this style of pool. Rightio, so next up is our skimmer box and our skimmer basket. So there's all different shapes and sizes of skimmers and skimmer baskets. Some require you to turn a basket a quarter turn to be able to get it out. Some have got a handle that you can just pull straight out, and some you have to line up to ensure that you can pull it out. So on this particular pool here, take the paper off, take the lid out, and then we on this particular one give it a turn so that we get it lined up and it pulls out. And then you can see we've got all sorts of things here. We've got a sock, we've got some leaves, we've got some grass, we've got all sorts of things that need to come out. So when it's time to clean out your basket, we recommend to grab all the big stuff out by hand, chuck it into the bin, and then next up we'll just give it a rinse, so we'll show you how to do that as well. Right, so just hosing out our basket, turn your hose on. Always nice if you've got something that's got a bit of pressure to it. Job done. Right guys, time to put our basket back in, nice and clean. We've got a little flat section here on this basket, so we need to line that up and then we can turn it back into place. So just chucking it in. give it a turn. That's back in place. Put our lid on. Chuck our top over. We're all done. Right, now that we're all done, just something to remember. Really important is to make sure that you turn your pump off before you take your skimmer basket out. That makes sure that you're not pulling against the pressure of the pump, and it's always better to be safe. Right, that's us for now. If you've got any questions or want to give us a bell, give us a call on 06 835 3065 or send us an email at office@taylorspools.co.nz. Thanks guys. Hey guys, Chris here from Taylor's Pools and Spas again. Talking to you today about how to vacuum your swimming pool. So first of all, we need a couple of bits of equipment. We need a vacuum head, vacuum hose, pole, and in some situations you're going to need a vacuum plate as well. Now on this pool, our vacuum plate is actually our skimmer plate as well, but there's all different shapes and sizes, but essentially we want a flap or a plate to go over top of our basket. So, let's get into it. First things first, we need to make sure that the system's turned off. Once that's done, we can set up our equipment and start. Secondly, is we need to determine whether the pool needs to be vacuumed on filter, which means we're just sucking out leaves and debris, or alternatively, we're vacuuming it on waste, which means that water's going down the drain. So we're normally only going to be vacuuming on waste if there's a lot of algae or real fine dust that's just going to go through the filter. So, time to get it connected up. Okay, so first we're going to connect up our vacuum head to our pole. So that's real straightforward. Get our vacuum head, pop it on top, click it into place, and she's good to go. What we're also going to do is we're going to pull this to somewhere around about the end of the pool, and then we're going to look to connect up our hose. I find the easiest thing to do with our hose, bring it to the end, and try and unravel it kind of most of the way. Then what we're going to do is we're going to connect up our end onto our hose, and that just pushes on. Next of all, chuck our vacuum head and our hose into the pool. And then what we're going to do is we need to bleed this hose full of water so that it's there's no air in it, otherwise our pump's not going to work properly. So what I like to do is just standing up there, pushing our hose through the water, moving towards our skimmer box, and then when we get to the end, we should be able to hold up our hose just above the water, and water comes out. That way we know that we've bled our hose full of water, which is good to go. Then what we want to do is push our hose through the front of the skimmer box. Remembering on our skimmer, our flap is our vacuum plate. If you've got a pool that has a separate vacuum plate, chuck that into place now. Come through from the front, push it in. We're about to get ready to start vacuuming. From here, we just need to turn the system on. Remember to identify whether you're going to be vacuuming on filter, just to catch all the leaves and debris so it goes into the basket, or if we're going to be vacuuming on waste, it's a good idea to top your pool up before you start vacuuming the pool, so an hour or 2 hours beforehand, and remember you're going to have to top it up afterwards because that water level is going to go down as you start vacuuming. Right, we'll get into it. Righto guys, time to vacuum the pool. For those that have got telescopic poles, you can undo them or clip them, make your pole a bit bigger, lock it into place. Secondly is, there's no right or wrong way to vacuum this pool. Some people like to go back and forward, some people like to always go in a forward motion. No right or wrong way, just whatever works for you. So let's give it a go. Alright guys, now that we've finished vacuuming our pool, it's time to pack up our gear. First of all, we need to turn the system off. Once the system's off, we're good to start disconnecting all our equipment. So first things first is take your hose out. And if you have got a vacuum plate, now it's time to take that out, clean out the basket, and then you're all good to go. You take this out. Take out our vacuum. Pop that out. Take your head off. And then we're good to go put that back in a safe, dry spot. Well, that's all for today. If you've got any questions or queries, give us a call on 06 835 3065. Send us an email at office@taylorspools.co.nz or check out our website on www.taylorspoolsandspas.co.nz. Thanks. Hey guys, Chris here from Taylor's Pools and Spas. Just touching base with you today. We've had a lot of feedback from customers as to how they can look after their pool themselves during these times and just some of the little things that can just help out. So today what we want to do is just show you how to test your pool using the Aquacheck 4-in-1 test strips. Obviously if you don't have the Aquachecks, you can still test your pool using another brand. Just make sure you follow their instructions, but everything else is going to be the same. So using these test strips, following these instructions, real simple. Grab one of the test strips out, pop the lid back on. With the Aquachecks, we're going to be dipping this in for 2 seconds, pulling it out like a knife, not flicking it so we don't flick all the reagents over each other, and leaving it 15 seconds, and then we can check where our readings are. So let's give it a go. 2 seconds. Pulling it out like a knife. Starting to get close to our 15 seconds. And then we're using what we call our iometer, which everyone's is going to be a little bit different, but it's going to give us a bit of a gauge just to see where our chemical levels are, where our pH is, where our free chlorine level is, where our alkalinity is, and where our stabilizer is. Now obviously we want to make sure those are going to be in those okay ranges. That's going to help to look after your pool over these times. If something's out, say for example your alkalinity's out or what have you, is have a look on your chemical container, and that'll have the dosage rate for your size pool. But if you get stuck, give us a yell on 06 835 3065 or email us office@taylorspools.co.nz and we're happy to help out. We're going to be doing a few of these over the coming weeks, but if there's something that you'd like us to help out with, give us a yell and we'll see what we can do. Cheers guys.
So here's the video to put the cover back on. All you need to do is turn this key switch, and you have to hold it the whole way to get it back on. And the key really is while it's going on, that you, when it gets to this point here, you just need to stop the cover and just help it on its way, just to make sure that it misses that ledge and doesn't pinch up. It's just a video on how to open or remove the cover off the swimming pool. All you need to do is turn that cord, or that key, sorry, to the left, and it's on a limit switch, and it will open up and stop once it gets to the end of it.
Thousands of years ago, this jungle was a flooded plain. Today, its inhabitants coexist in perfect harmony. Humans on land, Delphiniae roboticus, or the dolphin robot in water. This dominant species is intelligent, powerful, more efficient, and has a ravenous appetite. The most efficient of all underwater species.